Hi! These are crop circles. It is not known who made and why. There are also claims that these were created by aliens. I hope so. However, there was someone who suggested turning the Pythagorean theorem into a crop circle, even in the cold Siberian plains. That person was Gauss, considered a great mathematician. Why did Gauss want to construct the Pythagorean theorem in the Siberian fields? Let's math travel together. Gauss was a mathematician active in the 19th century. He is famous for the story of how he came up with a brilliant idea to find the sum from 1 to 100 in his childhood. Gauss was also very interested in aliens. It is an unexpected aspect. He believed in the existence of aliens. As a mathematician, there was a clear basis for that belief. If there were no aliens in the vast universe, God would have wasted the universe. He believed that intelligent life lived on the moon or Mars. Therefore, he tried to contact the aliens living there. He worked on what is now the SETI project, which explores extraterrestrial intelligent life. One way to accomplish that was with a mirror. We'd send a signal by reflecting light with a mirror. To where? The moon or Mars. A simple mirror wouldn't suffice to reflect the light up there, right? Gauss suggested using the heliotrope, which he had invented in 1818. It was a tool that reflected light and showed the location of people at a distance. It would have been really fun to interact with aliens in that way. Would this plan have been implemented? No. But in 2018, MIT came up with a similar idea. The idea was to create a huge artificial light and shoot lasers to contact aliens. Gauss had another idea in 1820. His proposal was to construct an immense shape on the surface of the Earth, so that aliens on the Moon and Mars could see it and know that intelligent life exists on Earth. The shape Gauss adopted was Pythagorean Theorem. It is made up of a right triangle and squares, with the border of the right triangle being a pine forest and the inside of the square being a wheat field. Where? In the Siberian plains. Of course, it's hundreds of miles across. Wow! In Gauss's view, the shape had to be mathematical, because mathematics is the most intellectual subject. He also said mathematics is the queen of all sciences. It is usually recognized as the most universal language in the universe. Anyway, what kind of math should it be? Number or algebra is not appropriate. Aliens might not be able to read it, so it had to be geometry rather than algebra. The Pythagorean theorem was the geometric proof that Euclid showed 2,300 years ago in a book called Elements. It is a representative theorem that symbolizes logical and theoretical mathematics. Because it has to do with right triangles, it has been dealt with whatever civilizations exist. Perhaps that's why Gauss proposed to construct the shape of the theorem in the Siberian fields. If it had been implemented, it would have been recorded in world history as a truly interesting event. That's too bad. One day, as Gauss hoped, we will come into contact with aliens. I'll definitely ask the aliens then, do you know the Pythagorean theorem? Thank you. Be back.